We have written our page, we've set up our site folder. Now we want to get it up online so that not only can I see it on my home computer, but if I go to web.simmons.edu/your-name, you'll be able to see what's in there. And as you can see, I go there a lot because I grade lots of stuff. And so I would want it to show up when I just go to my folder. Now, as you can see, I've got some things already up there because I've done this before. I'm going to go ahead and just close out my Chrome window just so that for the moment. I'm just actually going to hide Chrome. Now, I've gone ahead and I've launched CyberDuck. I'm going to be using CyberDuck. You can use whatever file transfer site you want to, or application you want to use. You can use Fetch, you can use FileZilla. It's going to depend on if you're on a Mac or you're on a PC, and you've decided which application is best for your setup. Now, reason I already launched it was because for me, CyberDuck will automatically log in. Now, the first time you're going to launch your FTP, that's not going to happen for you. So I want to walk you through how you're going to make sure that you log in and that everything works all right. So go ahead, and I like to bookmark the site because then it will automatically log in for you. And then you don't have to type this in every single time. You can just double click on your bookmark. I'm going to do that real quick and just show you. It'll pop up. Now I'm going to close that and I'm going to open a new browser window. There we go. So if you ever accidentally close out, you just go up to File, New Browser if you're in CyberDuck, and it's basically going to be the same sort of thing for each of the applications. They're all very similar. The main thing is, so if you hit open connection here, you'll just type in what you want. Instead of FTP, we're going to go for secure FTP. So that's SFTP. This gets very hard to say after a while. And I could type it all in. But if I did that, then every single time I'm going to have to type it in. I'm going to have to type in web.simmons.edu, and I'm going to have to put in my username and my password. So instead, I want to add a bookmark. So I'm just going to hit this plus button. And again, it's going to be something very similar if you're on Fetch or if you're on FileZilla. The main thing is you want to make sure that you're changing to SSH or Secure File Transfer Protocol. Whatever you want to call this. Here you can see I've called this Simmons Web. It's whatever you want to call the nickname. And then your server is going to be the web.simmons.edu. Your username will be your username. As you can see, Lombard Coup is me. My name is too long. I don't get my K. Your password will be whatever your password normally is for Simmons. And then you're going to go ahead. You're going to leave the port the same. And then don't worry about changing any of these more options. And you can see that the web URL is going to be web.simmons.edu. Now that, when I put in, you will notice the web URL stays the same here. And this is something that a lot of people run into and they get frustrated by because it doesn't allow for the fact that there's an extra layer of security in how Simmons has their web server set up. So once you've put your password in, you can see it autofills. For me, because I already have my password in there, leave everything the same. I'm going to call this one test just so that I don't have anything funky, mess up my other guy. Downloads folder, set it to downloads. You could also choose it to be the folder that you have set up for your class. Transfer files default. Don't worry about any of the rest of the stuff. And then you can just go ahead and close that. It auto saves as you go. And when you double click on it, it'll open up your new window. Now, this is what I mean about that extra level of security. When you log in, you'll notice that there's this file path. So the file path that is actually secure, you can't actually go to it, is web.simmons.edu/user/ yours will say student and yours will say your username. And then inside of that, there's a folder that says public HTML. Unless you put something in this folder that says public.html, it will not be able to be seen by anyone but you. So just as a reminder, you have to put your contents, your class site, inside public.html. Now, I've set up another level. I've added it so that it's COM244. You can go right ahead and add your index up on that top level. Or you can set it inside another folder if you would like. Either one is fine. For me, to keep things clean so that I can kind of have a clean out each year, I keep it inside of a folder COM244. And if I'm teaching advanced classes, then I put those ones up as well. So to keep things simple, I've got an added layer. You don't need to worry about that. You can just put things straight in your public.html. But just remember, if you put anything at this level, I can't see it. So I can't grade it. I won't see it. You need to go inside the public. And that's an extra layer of security for yourself. So if there are any files you want to keep up online and you want to have access to them, you can, but other people cannot. So COM244 is my class site here. And as you can see, we've got a mirror of what's going on between what is in my class site here and what's up here. And this is what I wanted to kind of talk about. You want to make sure you've got a mirror. I'm going to try to line them up. So I've got a folder for CSS. I've got my CSS colors HTML. I'll get to that a little bit later. I've got my demo folder. I've got my devs tools, fundamentals, HTML text page, my index, my images, all of this stuff is the same back and forth. I don't have the zip file because I didn't upload the zip file, but all of the rest of it is the same. But I don't have what I've put in for week 1. So I'm going to I can drag the whole folder up actually, just copy that. And you'll notice it's going to open up this transfer window. Now week 1 is up. And if I double click on it, I've got both my about and my template. Another thing that I can do, you'll notice I've got a week 3 here and I don't have a week 3 here. You can go ahead and you can add in folders directly at this level. So you can go ahead and I always do the controls. It's control click is new folder. So that's got to be under file, new folder. There you go. And then you could put in week 3. Remember, no spaces, all lowercase, hit create. And then if I double clicked on week 3, there's nothing in there, but I could always copy and drag that up. And you can see upload is complete. Now, if I want to go back a folder, I can just hit this button here. That brings me up 1 level. Always brings you up a level until you can't go up anymore. These work like forward and back buttons on your browser. So, and again, refresh will refresh everything that's in here in case maybe, I don't know, you're working on another computer, you put stuff up and then you needed to refresh here. And then when you're done, you can just quit the program, quit CyberDuck. But yeah, just as a reminder, you want to make sure that these guys always look the same. Unfortunately, there's no way to like look at them side by side except having your browser open and your file system open here. But yeah, make sure that you've got that back and forth is the same. And if I go back again, I'll hit the edit if you ever need to change anything. And here's your settings, web.simmons.edu, your username, your password, leave everything else the same. And just remember to go into that public.html